Hey, peace, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Shante Maria, and just doing like a quick video about just being a toxic ass person. Real talk. So, a couple days ago, my ex hit me up, and he just kind of went off. He fucking went off and was just like, telling me how toxic I was, and basically everything that he is going through right now is a direct result of him dealing with me. That I made him crazy. I made him like just this shitty person. I made him beat me basically. I made him just this crazy, just irresponsible person, and I'm the reason he's sad, he's depressed. And I'm like, that had nothing to do with me, boo. It's like, and I feel like when we get into a relationship, it's a two-way street. So it might be some things that I did do to him, that hurt his feelings, and I take full accountability for that, and I always admit it to him. I was like, if I hurt your feelings, it was never my intent to hurt you. It's not, my intention is never to be a bad person, because I had some crazy shit that happened to me, but I'm like, I can't blame everybody else for my issues. I can't blame everybody else for my shortcomings in life. I can't blame everybody else for, messed up situations that occur in my life. I have to take full accountability for it. I have to admit that I was a toxic person. I did this. You know what I mean? And it was like, he just won't move on, and he won't heal. And I'm like, it just really made me think about how many people are like that. You ever met a person and they blame everybody else for the bullshit that they go through? They blame everybody else for the situation. Oh, I lost my job, but I only lost my job because I was stressed out at home, or my baby daddy was stressing me out, my baby mama was stressing me out, or like I just couldn't pay my bills at that moment, and I just just always a million and one reasons, except for admitting that you did this to yourself. You brought that on yourself. You lost your job because you was showing up late. You lost your job because you was talking back to your supervisor. You lost your job because you was taking hour-long lunch breaks when you only had 30 minutes. But no, they'll sit and blame the rest of the world for everything that they go through. And it was like, I went through that, where like all my ex-boyfriends, they was like, you're just so mean, Shante. You're so mean. And I had to realize, what the fuck? Am I mean? Am I just disrespectful? Am I just a disrespectful person? And then I had to take a look at it. Like, the only common factor between, my ex-boyfriends is me. And everyone would say the exact same thing. Everyone was like, you know what, Shante, you're a dope ass person. You can be really sweet. You can be really sweet. It's just, they will praise me, but then they'll be like, but you have a mean streak. You really do. And it really took, or I'm not submissive. I get that a lot. I'm not submissive in relationships. But honestly, I'm not submissive because I gotta have something to submit to. That's a whole nother story. Okay. But as far as just being mean and disrespectful, I had to take time out and evaluate myself. And I can be, but like, disrespectful. I really can be. Like, when I'm mad at you, it ain't just, I used to just argue and just be really argumentative, cuss you out, call you out your name and all that stuff. And I had to go deeper within me and ask myself, why are they saying the same thing? They don't know each other from a can of paint. They don't know each other at all. So it ain't like they sitting around talking about me like, yeah, she did this and she did that. I just think she's so mean. No, they don't fucking know each other. But they would say damn near verbatim the same exact thing about a toxic trait that I embody. And so, I really had to take a look, like, shit, maybe it is me. Like, at that point, I'm like, it is me. It is me. And then I had to take a step back, and I can promise you right now, the men that I date, the relationships that I get into or have gotten into for the past couple of years, no one can say I am mean or I'm disrespectful, because that I am not. I had to take that out of the equation. You know what I mean? So even when people come at me on some rah-rah crazy shit, I take a step back. automatically. And like, you know, let me choose my words wisely, because I'll hurt your feelings. Like, I'll fucking hurt, like, you know, I'll hit you where it hurts. And I'm like, that's not good, because I'm saying things out of anger. I'm not saying this shit because I really mean it, or I felt, well, some of it I might have meant it, but it's other ways to say certain things. It's other ways to communicate. I don't have to constantly communicate by insulting you and belittling you. Like, I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? But it was like when this dude told me everything is my fault, and that's how he was the whole relationship. Everything that went wrong was my fault. But I feel like when you're in a relationship, it's a two-way street. It's not just me. I'm not in a relationship by myself. And I feel like he's like 41 years old, and he just cannot he has no self-accountability. He thinks he's perfect. And I told my sister the same thing. I'm like, this dude blames me for everything. She was like, that man was wounded when he met you, because the shit that he did to me from jump was crazy. I never, like, literally some of the things he did to me, I've never dealt with it a day in my life. His friends are all married. He's the only one that's not married. And he legit would, you know, write stuff about me on social media, and it would tell him he need to go to therapy, but he won't heal. I'm like, whether it's he's more religious, I'm like, well, go to church, pray, you know. And when I got with him, I realized he was hurting and he was wounded. And, you know, I'm like, I feel like I get a lot of broken men drawn to me, you know, because of like my healing spirit. So I would do, you know, things that I did to him myself and with him. But in his mind, I did nothing but belittle him. I did nothing to upgrade him. I did nothing to help him. And my whole relationship, I put myself on the back burner. I would come on this camera and be looking fucking crazy. Like, just not like myself, because I was so drained from trying to heal him and make sure he was okay. You know what I mean? That I put everything about me on the back burner. So it's just like, sometimes you just gotta admit that you're the fucked up person, and it's okay. We all go through stuff, but the first thing is you have to admit that you're not right. You're not always right, especially in a relationship. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. You know, like, you can't sit there and blame shit that you brought on yourself on your significant other when it was you. Like, it was all you. It was stuff that I went through in the relationship, or stuff that happened. I can like look at it and I was like, oh, that's because that one day I was tripping and I just wasn't having a bad day and I did XYZ. You know, I admitted I was just being toxic as shit. I was just, you know, putting him through the most. But it's like, I don't like people that just cannot admit their faults and flaws, and they blame everybody. He blamed his ex-girlfriend Courtney, he blamed me, he blamed his mom, he blamed his dad, he blamed the people. Every job he ever left was never because he was fucking up. Every job he ever got fired from was not because he wasn't a good employee and he wasn't a stellar employee. It was a direct result of somebody else. It was, oh, the supervisor was corrupt, or my manager was this, or it was another coworker. Okay. Or, you know, with his situation with him and his baby moms, it's like, oh, it wasn't me, it was my baby mom. Like, she did this, she did that, she's crazy, she did. But he, in his mind, never did anything perfect. There's not a perfect person. So you go through stuff and you do stuff, and you're not always like a perfect person. Like, you're just not. And I feel like we have to, you know, admit it. At some point we have to admit that we're fucking wrong. It's just been bothering me for days. It's just been on my spirit for days. I'm like, it's really people out here, and you would think maturity comes with age, and it really doesn't. There are some people that just will never fucking grow up. They blame everything. My 5-year-old does that now, and I'm breaking him out of that. My 5-year-old, when he does stuff, you know, he's like, oh no, it's because my brother did this, or my brother did that, or no, it wasn't my fault. My little cousin did that, and it's never his fault. But I expect that from him because he's 5 and he's scared to get in trouble. He doesn't understand that sometimes you have to just admit that you're wrong and it's okay. Once you know that what you did is wrong, you'll stop making that same mistake, hopefully. And I'm teaching him that lesson now. But for like grown-ass people that just don't get it and they just blame everybody, that shit is some type of fucking illness. And it's okay to admit you're wrong. It's okay to get help. It's okay to be like, I don't know why I'm like this. You know, like sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's all you. It really is. It's not everybody around you. Sometimes it's you. You're the issue. You're the problem. You, especially if you're the type to blame everybody. Your mama, your daddy, your girlfriend from 10 years ago, your brother, your everybody. It's never you. Like that shit, like I feel like this should have been a warning sign, because like the first couple weeks of our relationship, when we was like getting to know each other, and he was like, yeah, I'm going through this. Like he was going through hell when I met him. And it was never his fault. It was never his fault. Everything he was going through was not his fault. And I'm like, this gotta be your fault. It can't be everybody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. It's just, I had to get that off my chest. So this is like, it's just a little rant or whatever. Cause I'm like, I don't get it. Like when everything that I go through in my life, I know it's a direct result of some bullshit that I done did. Is if I have money problems that I really, I'm an independent contractor. So if I don't work, I don't eat. I mean, with any job, but you know what I mean? Like with other jobs, if you don't feel like going in, you might got like some sick days, vacation days, paid stuff or whatever. I'm an independent contractor. Literally, if I take a day off, I don't get paid. Y'all see my work from home videos. I'm like, I say that, like you get in what you get out what you put in. But I could sit here and be like, shit, I ain't work because I don't know, when nobody at home but me. But I was just, you know, I felt like it was my sister's fault, or I feel like it was my kid's fault, and I ain't worked all week. So it's gonna be a struggle this month because I mean everybody else was getting on my nerves and I ain't work. And that's not the truth. I was being lazy. I just didn't feel like talking to people and logging in, or I didn't feel like driving that day and doing my other side hustles. You know, that's the honest to God truth. It's because of me. It's not because of nobody else. It's because of Shante. Period. I can't sit there and blame everything on everybody else. It's just, y'all, the things that people say and do just really, like, I have no words. I have no words, especially after a certain age where I realized everyone wasn't taught. Actually, I wasn't taught that. It's just something that I had to learn on my own, is, you know, to have self-accountability and to reflect and be like, that failed because of this. Even in when this dude was beating my ass, I was like, oh, maybe, like, you know, I shouldn't have said that to him. Maybe that triggered him. When in reality, as a grown-ass, big-ass man, and any man in general, you should not put your hands on me. There's no excuse. You shouldn't put your hands on me. Like, you knocked me clear the fuck out. And to this day, he has a no remorse. And he can't accept it. He's like, well, it's your fault. It's my fault. It's my fault that I got beat up. It's my fault. It's not his fault. He didn't say he was wrong. He could have controlled his damn self. No, I was wrong and I deserve that. And that's why he put his hands on me. Okay. Okay. And if I was a weak woman, if I was the woman that I was 10 years ago, like, you know, when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old, I would have accepted that. And I would have still been right there by his side. Like, yeah, you're right. I deserve that. It was all my fault. Everything that happens is my fault. Because I used to think that when I was going through stuff in relationships, that everything was my fault. And I didn't know, or I didn't realize it's not. It takes two to tango. And the men that I was dealing with were fighting demons, and I was the scapegoat. Like, I was to blame, and I wasn't, you know. So this is that ring. I can go on and on about that. It's just, y'all, Anyways, I had to get that out. Y'all know this be kind of like, and just my little outlet me vent is kind of therapeutic, because I was like, you know, I told my homegirl that and my sister that, and we all like, nah, sir, like, you was crazy when she met your ass. You were fighting demons from day one. I ain't gonna put everything out there and what he was going through. That man was fighting some big, still is, and it's getting worse, because it's gonna continue to get worse, because he won't get help. He won't get help, and he will not accept that he's the issue and he's the problem. He cannot accept that it's him. It's not everybody else. It's not. Sometimes it's you. You're the problem. Anyways, so that's just a little quick rant, y'all. I'm about to leave this football field real quick and get something to eat. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching my video. If you haven't, subscribe, like this video. Thank you so very much. Peace.